Hello, welcome to this video. That was a piece that is based upon a rhythmical structure that I created for a tune of mine called The Anxiety Demon. And on this video, we're going to be going deeper into the mysteries of rhythm. Rhythm, for me, is a very expressive part of music, but it sort of represents the subconscious in a way. When we hear mystical rhythms, it evokes something deep down within us. Harmony can be quite elevating. Harmony is something that's pretty recent in terms of human history. Probably developed in the terms of Western harmony that I was talking about last week, that was probably developed, around about 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. Rhythms have obviously been with us as long as human beings have been around. Now, the reason I'm walking through this forest here is that the last time I was in here, I did a video on Chaz and Dave, and it was the summertime, and the sun was out, and the trees were full of leaves. But now I'm here. We're in sort of right in the middle of autumn, and the floor is now carpeted with this incredible display of brown leaves. And so I often think what it must have been like, if you go back 50,000 years, to be a human on the planet at that time. Human beings have been there for an age that surpasses our recent civilized times. But by the same token, you're going to be there for an age as well. And so for the people back then, they would have no idea what the earth is, what they're stood on, what any of this means to them. And the meaning that they would have tried to pull out of the world would have been a very subjective meaning. One of the things they must have become aware of is things like night and day, the fact that it went dark and it went light, and the passage of the seasons, unknowing that that was caused by the planet that they are on rotating around the earth. They must have been aware of these incredibly slow rhythmical cycles that surrounded them. And they must have at once been frightened by the fact that when it went into darkness, that it would the next day be light. And probably more worrying for them was when it went cold and wintry and all the leaves fell off the trees, that again, at some point, it would get warm and all the leaves would grow back. And we can see that many rituals were based upon trying to will this to happen, trying to being at one with the gods, with the nature spirits. The first music that human beings made must have been rhythmical. It must have been. It's the easiest thing to discover in the world. As I'm walking here and getting deeper into this sort of forestiness, if I fall over now, it's going to be very embarrassing. I'll keep it in though. I'll do anything to entertain you lot there. Getting deep into the forest now. So, as I'm walking through the forest, there's a rhythm there as well. Can you hear it? And we found this tree that's I might try it. Sit on. And this bit here is a little bit hollow, but it's not hollow enough to resonate. But human beings must have found hollow logs or stones, and they must have started to tap out rhythms on there. Now, I have a strong belief that what music does is it brings together two evolved perceptions of the world. One is the idea of space, and one is the idea of time. Now, what's really interesting when you look at music is if we associate time with the idea of order, the ordered part of music is often the harmony. The rhythm is something else. Now, I know people are going to push against this and they're going to find this idea counterintuitive, but I've given it a lot of thought. I think rhythm is much closer to the body. It's much closer to the heart. It's much closer to the visceral elements. And so when the rhythm gets you, it affects the lower regions, doesn't it? When a beautiful harmony gets you, it's much more up in here. It's in the head. It's all about emotions. And with music, you put those two things together and it creates an incredible thing. Rhythms, for me, are dark and archaic. And when we go into the realm of rhythm, we are, I think, trying to elucidate the truth of time and trying to understand what time is. If you're a drummer like me, you have a very strange relationship to time. If I think of 2 or 3 or 5 or 11, all of those evoke something in me. I can feel a 5. I can feel an 11. And that's what we're going to be looking at on this video today. But why is this important? You know, as I go deep into all these weird time signatures and tuplets and weird rhythmical illusions that we're about to explore in this video, why is this important? Well, for me, rhythm breaks down into two areas, two fundamental areas. One is based upon 2, and the other one is based upon 3. If we add those two together, we get a 5, and I find 5s very interesting. If we've got 3 5s, we would have a 15. And that's what we're going to be exploring into, is the way number works in rhythm. But why is this important? And I think what it is that it's a way of understanding the world around us. The rhythm actually points at time. It's very visceral. Nobody goes out and dances to a C major chord or a Lydian mode. They dance to a beat, and then harmony is put together. And what we have when we put those two things together is the head and the heart working at one. I have spoken so many times on this channel about the great dialectic, this idea of chaos and order, or heaven and hell, or male and female. The dialectic goes throughout everything. Our way of perceiving the world is based upon breaking it into 2 parts and understanding it in 2 separate ways. With music, when you bring these things together, it creates a whole. In esoteric ideas, that's called the monad, the one. But the one is broken into 3. The great dialectic of chaos and order can combine together into a whole, right? In esoteric thought, this is often called the law of 3. Some of you may be aware I have a band called the law of 3. In philosophy, it's seen as the dialectic, which would be, you know, thesis, antithesis, and then synthesis. It's very interesting when you start to bring rhythms together. And if you break down rhythms into 2 and 3, you start to realize that a lot of the grooves and funkiness and soulfulness is based upon 3s and 2s existing at the same time. And that's what we're really going to explore on this video, is the idea of 3 and 2 existing at the same time. So we can see that music wants to fit in with our walking. This is why I come out and walk. If I walk 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, we start to break the world into 2s just by merely walking around, okay? Most marching music is in 2/4, not 4/4. But also, music can be broken into 3. In classical music, we would call that compound time. We have simple time, which is based upon twos, and compound time that's based upon threes. And what's interesting about that is that in classical music, that's quite strict. Once we get into the realms of Latin American music, African music, jazz, funk, soul, we start to see that these things exist at the same time. Threes and twos exist at the same time. Now, it makes me think of Winnie the Pooh. And the reason why it makes me think of Winnie the Pooh, because Winnie the Pooh, of course, here in the West, where we don't have, you know, sort of esoteric, philosophical, spiritual thought, if we really want to understand the world, we need to go to Winnie the Pooh. Now, the visceral element in Winnie the Pooh is, of course, Tigger. And Tigger has a song, doesn't he? And it goes, the wonderful thing about Tiggers are wonderful things. Their heads are made out of rubber, their bottoms are made out of springs. They're bouncy, 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 fun, 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 fun. Now that has a rhythm. The wonderful thing about Tiggers are wonderful things. Their heads are made out of rubber, their bottoms are made out of springs. They're bouncy, 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 fun, 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 fun. Now, all of that is based upon three. We have our time, 1, 2, 3, 4. The wonderful thing about figures, well, one in the thing. His dots are made out of rubber. His bottom, right? This is, it's swung, it's based on three. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. You see? When we speak, we'll often be speaking rhythmically, but we'll be based upon a three. And in fact, I've heard it said that people that are born in the northern hemisphere of the world tend to speak in two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. But some people speak in three. Such a character is Tigger. Now, at the end of that phrase, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because at the end of it, he goes, bouncy, 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 fun, 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 fun. And what we have is there is three existing in the space of one beat. Bouncy, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, bouncy, 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 bouncy. That's in three. The time's here. Bouncy, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But the fun is a two in the space of three. Fun, 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 fun. There's almost like a shift in tempo at that point if you think about it. Bouncy, 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 fun, 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 fun. Bouncy, 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 fun, 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 fun. The overall tempo doesn't change, does it? The tempo's here. Bouncy, 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 fun, 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 fun. What we have there is inside the crotchet, inside the beat, to start off with the first bar, is a pattern that's based upon three. It's in compound time. But the fun, 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 fun is eighth notes, quavers, and it's in simple time. There's a shift between the two. These are called tuplets, right? So what we're going to do now is explore into the ideas of twos, threes, and the idea of simple time, which is also twos, and tuplets that are also threes. And we're going to explore this in depth, I think, is the way to describe it. I'm now exiting the forest. I'm coming into the world of human beings. You can hear the sound of factories. In fact, I'll go over here. There's a man driving a forklift truck. And did you hear it when it reversed? Beep, 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 beep. Rhythms are all around us. So, are you ready for this one? Now, my educational videos up until now, I've been trying to go quite deep into the very simple bits of music. This isn't going to be like this. This is going to get complex. And in it being complex, it might be quite mysterious. But it's designed to be mysterious. It's designed to be confusing. Let's make our way into the mystical realm of 2 and 3. So I'm back at the studio, sat here. Time is passing, isn't it? All the time it's passing. Our life is getting shorter and shorter as we sit here. And we can carve up time with seconds. We can become aware of seconds passing. This is time. I can play even play that simple rhythm. There's a want to try and fill this abstract random time with some sort of feel or groove. What is it? So what I'm doing is I'm carving up this time based upon a feeling that's in my body. But we can structure that a little bit. We can start to apply certain things to it. So the first thing we can do is, rather than just playing on the beat, we can double that time. And we get 2 in the space of each second. Eighth notes, quavers. But as we have learnt from Tigger today, we could also fill this time with 3s. And we have a different feel. There's 3, that's compound time, 3 and 2. We can carry on, we could stick a 4 in between this. We could keep going. We could stick a 5 into this. They're called quintuplets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could even stick a 6, which I'm going to have to slap. Right, now, let's take that and move through that to actually hear what we've got. So here's 1, 1. Now 2. Now 3. 1. called rhythmical scales. I'll count them for you. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so this is a way we can take time and expand it out. There's all these tuplets that exist, and when you play, so you see, when you start playing, there's it turns into a language when you start to explore tuplets. I don't believe people study tuplets enough. So park that. There's a way taking this time that's ticking and expanding it out using tuplets by putting different numbers in between the beat. Right, the other thing we could do is we could start to look inside each rhythm. So if I go back to the twos, let's play a twos. Now, let's just keep that pulse, but now I'm going to play every three. Now, it doesn't take much to suddenly upset this. Now, I call these cross rhythms. The tuplets I call polyrhythms, and these I call cross rhythms. Now, let's move up to the triplets now. Now, let's do every two. Distorting a little bit. That's better. Right, so that would be a 3/2. You've got 2, 1, 2, 1, and in the same space we've got a 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we can see that cross rhythms can create polyrhythms. That's a polyrhythm of 3 in the space of 2. Right, let's go up to a 16th notes now. Let's do this every 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We start to extract all these feels out. Now when we play the 16th notes every third one, they're often called dotted eighth note or dotted quavers. And what that creates is a 4/3 polyrhythm. Now, if you go back to one of my early videos, we looked at the harmony of a fifth and a fourth. And when we slowed those down and to look at how the actual frequencies were relating together, we found out that the fifth was like a 3/2, and I think the fourth was a 4/3 polyrhythm. It was something like that. Can't quite remember, but they were polyrhythms. Harmonies are polyrhythms made out of notes, and rhythms are polyrhythms made out of time. Okay, and it gets weirder. It can get weirder and weirder. Right, now, before we move on, let's look at these 16th notes. Another way of carving up rhythm is looking at this, looking at the crotchet, and thinking, how can I make rhythms out of those four that exist inside the crotchet? And we spoke about 1-eanders, 2-eanders, 3-eander, 4-eanders, right? So I could place my note on the 1. 1-eander, 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 or on the E, 1-eander, 1-eander, E. Or the and. Or the da. We could do 1 and E. E and. And da. Right, we looked at this as an earlier thing. Now imagine being able to put all these things together. Right, so we could do this with the triplets as well. So I'm putting my note on the first part of the triplet, on the 1 of the 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I can go 1, 2, 3. Right. Well, I can put it on the 3 of the 1, 2, 3. So I'll be going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like that. So we start to find all these things inside the triplets. I could put 2 into the triplet and do the 1 and the 2. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or I could put the 2 that are at the end. I could put the 2 and the 3. So I'll be going 1, 2, 3, 1. Or I could do the 1, miss out the 2, and hit on the 3. And this is one of the most standard, simple rhythms that you will come across over and over again. So that will go like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Right, so now we're looking at quite a lot of vocabulary there in terms of rhythm. And what I'm trying to show you is that this is basically what musicians need to work on this stuff in the same way that they would work on their harmony and notes and scales. This is quite a mad exercise I'm about to do now, which is going to try and show you how to feel 2s, 3s, 4s and 5s as cross rhythms happening all at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'll start by playing 2s on my hi-hat, Then I'm going to add dotted eighth notes, 3s with my foot. Then I'm going to add 4s with my hand. And I'm going to add 5s with my left hand. And each of those is going to have its own rhythm. So the 2s are going to be played like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The 3s are going to be, if you imagine that time, the 3s are going to be on my bass drum like this. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's going to be the 3 there. The 4 is going to be played between this ride cymbal here and my floor tom, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 5 is going to be played in my left hand, and that is going to be playing on the 1 and the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do it a little bit faster just to, so you can start to hear the rhythmical structure. So here's the 2s. So, what we're going to have a look at now is let's go back to that 3/2 polyrhythm, okay? So, the 3/2 polyrhythm would be like this. There's a time. And we are playing 3s in between it. And we're going to play every 2. Now let's try and retain that rhythm at the same time, and I'm going to play over it. So when we start to get a 3/2 feel, things start to sound very groovy and funky, and we start to feel a swing coming in. Now I'm going to teach you how to play a 3/2 so you can play both rhythms at the same time. So I want you to clap this rhythm. One, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2. Are you clapping it? Pretty simple rhythm. It's in 3/4. 1, 2 and 3. 2, 2 and 3. 3, 2 and 3. 4, 2 and 3. Now I want you to put your hands here, and you're going to play that rhythm. It looks like you're, checking your bust, you know, imagine you're checking your bust if you have a bust. I have one. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go both right, left, right, both right, left, right, both right, left, right. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both right, left, right, both. Keep it going, both right, left, right. Now keep it going while I'm talking. The right hand is going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but the left hand is going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, speed it up. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Now you're probably feeling the time in your right hand. That's Western time. That's classical time. Start to feel it in your left hand. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But go, down, but keep it going. But down, but down. Right, so I was going to try and get you to speed it up again. If we speed that up again, so now we're thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, left, right, right, left, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that without all this bass distortion on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've gone back. We're now feeling the crotchets that we started off with this 3/2 feeling going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now just think, imagine that's in your head, and play or sing in your head just a simple groove. The bass that's there, and the bass that's bum, the bass that's there, down the bum. let's straighten that out. Gotta get my bass chops back up, I haven't played it for ages. So what I was doing then, once I'd got you feeling that time, I was sort of somewhere in 16th notes, somewhere in 8th notes, somewhere in triplets, 3/2. It was all swimming around together, and what suddenly happens, what emerges? I tell you what emerges is groove. I have just explained as best as I can with me and a bass where I think groove lies. And groove lies in the 3/2 polyrhythm. And then when you feel that, you feel Africa, don't you? You feel somewhere else. You feel something that's appealing to the lower regions, appealing to the visceral, appealing to our guts. It wants to make the bottom move, not make the head move. It's much more lower down. This is a mystical part of rhythm. Now, taking these ideas and rolling them all up together, let's go nuts and see what happens. And the way we're going to go nuts is that everything we've just been doing has been in 3/4 or 4/4. 4 is really 2. Again, everything is 2s and 3s, right? Let's now start looking at some odd time signatures. Let's get into some weird time signatures. Now, I'm not going to attempt on this video to go deep into time signatures. It's something to end the video and have some fun with. So I'm going to do some jamming in 15/16, and I'm going to explain to you how that works. So 15/16 means that in every bar, we've got 15 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. Now, if we speed that up to 16th notes like this, we can't count them anymore, so we have to break it down. And we're going to break the 16th notes down into 3 lots of 4 and a 3. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Right, now once we get to there, the 4s, we're now going to feel as crotchets, okay? So we're going to feel it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, back, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1,